Hello, hello. How is everyone today? Hi, Foxy. How are you? Hi, Cassie. Hi. Hi to everyone. How is everyone doing on this Monday? The weather here can't make up its mind. It looks like it's kind of trying to rain outside, but it just, like I said, it can't make up its mind. It's being finicky and scary that way. Oh, it's late in the UK. Oh, base, that one's on my list too. I really should upload my list after all. I need to double check with publishers and see who's still releasing this month and who's not, because publishing is all up in the air all over the place. I hope Square Enix doesn't pull that one back. I really want that one to come out. I'm doing fairly well. I did venture out for a moment today. I picked up some manga, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, what are you guys excited about this week? Like, what's on your radar? What's on your list? What's something that makes you happy right now? The world's kind of a crapshoot, so let's just talk about the good things. Let's talk about the happy things. And then I'll show you what I got at the bookstore because that's just fun. I finished JoJo's part 3 and I've moved on to Toriko. I've heard good things about Toriko. I've been tempted to see if I can read it somewhere. I've got the weekend off as chocolate eggs to come. Oh, fun. Excited for the last collector's edition of Fruits Basket to come in, plus season 2 of Fruits Basket. Yes, season 2 of Fruits Basket is real excitement in my house. It's a shonen manga with an endless world of exotic food. Ooh, yeah, Toriko really sounds up my. Most recently, I watched Restaurant from Another World with my husband, and we really loved that anime. It was just like peaceful and calm and in the world of crap. Like, it was just really well timed for us to watch that one. So if you're looking for something like calm but still like foodie, check out Restaurant from Another World. It was really, really good. We watched that one on Funimation. Has anybody pre-ordered anything that's coming out this week? I love asking these questions. It's fun. I like to know what you guys are interested in, not just what I'm interested in. Let's see. That's good. I just finished reading some manga. Well, I have a goal of finishing reading all my manga on my TBR shelf before next month. So I'm doing a lot of reading. That's good though. I did the Lohali 30 for 30 last year. So that was 30 volumes of manga in 30 days. And I felt like that was too easy for me. So I upped the ante this year. And I'm reading 30 novels in 30 days. We're 6 days in. So far, so good. I've got a good head start on the one I need to finish for tomorrow. So far, we're doing really good with this challenge. Let's see. Hi, Captain. How are you? No pre-orders for me, but reading Yuru Camp this week for my owls. Very nice. I didn't pre-order anything. I is broke, but I did get the last edition of Fruits Basket I needed, so I was able to get that. That's great. Jujutsu Kaisen, Dress Up Darling, Bunny Girl Senpai light novel, Blue Flag, last volume of Tokyo Ghoul Re, Golden Kamuy, AO Horror Ride, and Attack on Titan. April seemed pretty light, but may look stacked if everything comes through. Yeah, with May, everything's up in the air, so I have no clue. But April, most of them are still coming out. I pre-ordered Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 3. So, speaking of one of the ones Based mentioned, AO Horror Ride 10. It's in my hands. Really excited, can't lie. Volume 9 turned away that I wasn't quite expecting, but I was really excited about. So I'm really excited to see how Volume 10 goes. Because all of this is like non-anime content. So it's all new and I really like it. What the heck, dude? My Barnes & Noble puts them out early. So it was on the shelf. That's all I can say. And by the way, this comes out this week. If y'all haven't heard me fangirl about it already, give it a try. Highly recommend. It's a good mix between Requiem of the Rose King and Yona of the Dawn. You kind of get a little bit of both in there for me, at least. So I really enjoyed it. I've had some friends who haven't loved it quite as much, but man, I love it. And this is also the Panels Manga Club pick for the month, so definitely try that one. But I've had that one for a little bit, as y'all know. So the other things I have in my hands, Primitive Boyfriend Volume 1 is in my hands. And okay, I have to tell you guys why I'm so excited about this manga. My high school mascot was a caveman, like literally caveman. And so when I heard the shoujo got a primitive boyfriend, yes, when I heard about this, I was like, yes, I understand this. Give this to me. On the back, it says, my honey is a hominid? That. HOMINID, whatever that is. So, yes, this will be read in swift order for sure. Let's see. Just finished reading Horimiya Volume 1. I love Horimiya so far of what I've read of it. I've read the first 5 volumes and I've really enjoyed it. I heard around volume 6 or 7 it dips for a while, but then it comes back and is good again. So, I don't know. Let me know if it's good, then I will see about getting it. Yes, believe me, I will. I got that for my next round of new and notable. I'm hoping to do another one this month because I've got a few that I can talk about in that one. Then I have Takane and Hana Volume 14. I love this series. It's not for everybody, but I dig it. I love it. It's good. And it looks like this one's going to be like, you know, summery, beachy kind of thing. Vacation in Okinawa is what we're doing in that one. I've just read Horimiya Volume 1 too. I want it, yes. And of course, Yona. Y'all knew Yona was going to be here. Like, let's be real, because I live for this series, and there's a lot of characters on this cover that I'm not 100% sure who they are. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, because yes. So those are what I picked up today. And it gives me life to have picked them up. It really boosted my spirits in a way I didn't even expect. So yes, there was like no one in the bookstore. So it was good. I didn't have to deal with people. I was quickly in, grabbed what I wanted, went out the door, and it was good for me. So it was also good for me to just get out of the house for a minute. There are some days where I just get in my car and I drive around because I just have to get out. Are you caught up with Yona? Do you see it ending anytime soon? I know it's around volume 30-ish in Japan. I am current with what's out in the US. I do not read scans, so I haven't read ahead. And we're like mid-30s on Yona, and I haven't heard if it's coming to a close. But I will be fully invested in Yona as long as I can read it because I love these characters. So it could go on forever and I wouldn't even care. There are some people who are like, okay, I'm ready for this to end. But with where we have, like with what we have out in the US, I can't imagine it's going to go much more than 40 with things that are happening in this series so far. Are you reading Kate Daniels this month? I might try to read the first, I believe it's the first one of the Kate Daniels. I might try to read that this month. I'm not 100% sure. I wish I could go to my Barnes & Noble. A lot of people, theirs are closed. I'm lucky where I live that they stay open. They've changed their hours, obviously, and then they have like strict rules. They're like, everybody needs to practice social distancing in here. And obviously their little coffee shop, the lobby part's closed. Like they don't even have the tables like out there for people to sit. Like they've cleared them all out. So it was really kind of eerie to be in there because that one is fairly popular because it's the only one in the county. So it tends to be pretty busy, but it was really quite quiet in there. So I was really surprised. Yours is closed starting this week. I got really lucky. In Utah right now, the governor has suggested a 2-week isolation. Some counties are taking that like more strictly than others. For the most part, my husband's working from home right now, so we try to like self-isolate really. Like this is the first time I've really like ventured out just to venture out. In over 2 weeks, I want to say. Yeah, in over 2 weeks, almost 3, I think. Bear with it. The first is kind of confusing, but the series as a whole is great. Just reread the second one. Just reread the second one. Okay. I like kind of complicated plots, so that shouldn't be an issue for me. I read fantasy fairly often, and I read paranormal romance pretty often, so I don't think I'll have any issues with the Keith Daniels series. I haven't been out of my house in a month. Yeah, that's a lot of people. And like I say, outside of work, I really do try to self-isolate. But even then, I'm not going into work for another week and a half. My country's prime minister has corona and is in the hospital. Oh no, poor captain. I'm sorry. I go on a bike ride every day, but I've started wearing a face cover. Yeah, I can understand why. Yeah, like I say, we've been very lucky. Hey, everything here is closed. Has been like that since the 12th of March. That's crazy. I think a lot of it is people are really scared. So a lot of it's just fear. And so people are reacting very heavily. But I know that our economy can't take much more than a couple more weeks of all this. Like it's going to be really hard on the economy as is. Because, you know, a lot of landlords and stuff are still expecting everybody to pay their rent because they have to pay their bills too. And so it's really interesting to see how it's all panning out. Urban fantasy is one of my faves too, but the world setting is confusing. Okay. Hi, anime manga lover. I will pay close attention to that, Cassie. I'll make sure I'm in the right mindset for it when I do this. Any interest in Mob Psycho? I have a passing interest in Mob Psycho. I know that the art style doesn't really like grip me or grab me, so I don't know. I've heard amazing things about it. So it's one of those where I don't know. I think if I came across the volume really, really cheap, I would give it a try. You say interesting as if you're watching a movie. I guess so. I don't know. California is expecting it to stay until early summer, apparently. Yeah, our economy definitely can't take that. It's hurting the economy as is. So unless the government's going to find a way to float everybody, which isn't really possible for months, it's not going to happen. I'm grateful to have a husband who can work from home, and my salon that I work in is taking the strictest of measures. Like all of the chairs are 6 feet or more apart from each other, and we basically bleach wash the entire salon every night and all sorts of other things to try to keep it as sanitary as possible. And then I personally bought separate shampoo and conditioner, so I'm not even using the communal back bar, and I'm taking really strict measures with all of it. So we'll see. I'm only working 4 days total the whole month of April, and I've already worked one of those, so I'm only working 3 more days this entire month, just because I only kept the days where I already had people scheduled and knew that they were coming. All the other days I just put on the back burner, and if I need to add more days, I can, but I'm an independent contractor, so we'll see how everything goes. Let's see. I just got caught up in the ancient Magus ride. I have a feeling something dark was behind the college. Yes, there's definitely secrets at the college in Ancient Magus Bride. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. I'm not going to say anymore because spoilers, but yes, I agree with you. Mob Psycho anime is great. Good to know. Our city is pretty much shut down besides supermarkets. How many residents do you have on your island? I have 8. I have 10 on my Animal Crossing island, which is the max that you can have. But I've found a way where you can kick out people that you don't want and get people that you do. So I've been slowly building the town that I really want now. I've already had KK Slider come, so I can now like put down the paths and stuff to pave everything out and make it all look really nice in my town. And so, yeah, it's really good. I can't remember if you had Beastars in your manga collection. Thoughts on it? I'm enjoying Beastars this far. I've read the first 4 volumes. I have not read volume 5. I'm hoping to get to it soon. Once I get tomorrow's book finished, I'm going to read some manga because I need the manga break. So I'll probably read Primitive Boyfriend, and I think Beastars 5 is one that I'm going to prioritize and get to. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to handle that. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I have not watched the anime. My husband, volume 5 is the best in my opinion. Good to know. My husband's been interested in the anime, so we might try to watch an episode or 2 of that. Where I already know the story. I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the anime, but we'll see. Because I know when it originally aired, we didn't have that much out in the US, like when it aired on Crunchyroll last fall. So now that it's on Netflix, it's going to be interesting to see how my husband feels about it, because there's some weird things that go on within Beastars that I don't know how he's going to feel about it. So it'll be interesting for sure. I'll say a prayer for you to survive the anime. Oh, is the anime bad? I hope it's not bad. But yes, what are you all reading right now? I like to know what people are reading too, not just what they're buying. That's why I want to see people do more like reviews or like wrap ups that are like mini reviews, so that I can like know your guys' thoughts on what you're reading, not just when you haul them. But that's a personal thing for me. It's not bad. I just don't think he knows what he's going to walk into. I don't think so either. So that's why I'm like, this is going to be interesting. Just finished Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition Volume 1. Enjoy your journey with Full Metal Alchemist. I love that series. I'm currently reading I Am a Hero. That one I don't think will be one I enjoy, but I know most people who have read it have really genuinely enjoyed it. I don't do like the zombie thing. It's never been a thing. I think it's my anxiety. Like I just can't. It's just too much. It's insane. Yes, agreed. FMA is amazing. Side note, husband got me this amazing t-shirt because it's like the epitome of who we are. It said, "Let's be alone together," if you couldn't read it. I am reading Death by Darjeeling, Midwife Bounty Hunter, Sandstorm, and Library Wars. Wow, that's quite an array there. I am reading through Nausicaa because I am doing the Nausicaa read-along that Laura over at Manga Hoarder is doing. I've watched the movie several times at this point, and reading it is a very different experience. And I feel like parts that didn't necessarily make sense in the movie to me are making sense to me in the manga now. I don't know if it's just because of the different format or if I'm actually getting information that wasn't given to us in the film. I can't quite tell yet. So I'm really excited to continue reading that one. I've really been enjoying it so far. Is anybody else participating in that? If you are, let me know. Hey, currently reading Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku. I love it so much and it's hilarious. I agree. I still hope that we're getting that volume that's supposed to be out this summer, which is volume 4. But I don't know. If it gets pushed back, I might cry because it's been pushed back like 3 times now already. I haven't picked what I'm reading next. I'm a mood reader, so it depends. I totally understand that, Foxy. Started going through Seraph of the End a few days ago. I haven't read Seraph at the End, but I like vampire stuff, so I might try that one. I've nearly finished FMA Brotherhood anime. Sadly, got spoilers for the ending. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain. I hate when people spoil things unintentionally. It happens all the time with me in One Piece, but I don't have any context for it, so I don't really understand. But when I get the context, it's gonna be kind of disappointing. But anyway, I've been doing my 2020 manga reading challenge of 500 volumes. How's that going, Base? What's your number? How many have you read so far? I don't have that manga, so I can't do the read along. I totally understand, Katarina. I was able to pick it up just on a whim. That's one of the things I bought with my first YouTube check, actually, because I wanted to be able to like do a manga and movie comparison with that one, so I knew it would bring content to the channel. Hey, Zach, how are you? I know it's been forever since the new volume of Wotakoi. Yes, because they keep pushing it back. The thing is, in the US, they come out in omnibuses, so they're 2-in-1s. And so it was at least a year because we were caught up with Japan. And then they pushed it back like another 6 months, which made me so sad. I've been watching One Piece and I'm on episode 145. You're ahead of me, no spoilers. Good evening. Hi, Geeky Dreams. How are you? I'm glad to hear you are well, Zach. 138, that's great, base, because we're only a quarter into the year, so that's great. That's really good. As long as you hit 125 by the end of a quarter, you're good. So yeah, you'll have to hit 250 by the end of June. Good luck to you, sir. Then again, I've read way more than I expected to already this year, so I have no room to talk either. So okay, question. Are you guys like having big physical manga TBRs, or do you like to keep them pretty small? What the heck? Don't say it like that. It's not that bad because you have 12 weeks in a quarter. So if you break it down of how many you need to read per week, it's really not that bad. You got this. I believe in you. Well, no spoilers, just good stuff coming your way in One Piece. That's what I've heard. Massive TBRs. You like to have a massive TBR? When it comes to my manga TBR, I don't like to have a big one. I like to just read it. So basically, right now, I have a few series that I need to read the most recent volumes of. And then I've got 3 complete series that I'm hoping to do reaction vlogs for. So those will be coming. And then just this stuff right here. So I have massive TBRs. I don't like having a massive manga TBR because I have a massive book TBR. So I think it's overwhelming if they were both massive. So I try to keep one or the other like smaller. And where I'm not going to be buying as much the next month or two, I'm hoping to work through a lot of the books that I've got already. I've been going back and starting over a series that I never finished, that I have finished collecting. That's really smart to do, based. My manga TBR is way smaller than my paranormal stuff. Yeah, paranormal you can get behind way fast. I like to have a moderate size, not so massive. I'm buying more than I'm reading. That makes sense, anime manga lover. I like small TBRs. For my manga, for whatever reason, I like to keep it small. Probably because I tend to read things pretty much as I pick them up. Like I'm hoping to read all 4 of these this week. So it'll be interesting. I'd like to have a small one, but I'm so behind on so many series because of work. Now I'm not working. Hopefully I can read a lot. Well, I hope you can too, Geeky Dreams, because reading has been one of the things helping me get through everything. I recently just finished knitting a blanket. I made a little lap blanket for when I'm like reading or like sitting and watching TV that isn't like super heavy, because I have a heavier blanket when I'm like anxious that I can put on, but the one that I just made, it's a lot lighter weight. So in the summertime, it'll be great. Just curious, what's considered to be small to you, Shae? Okay, so small on my manga TBR currently, let's see, I've got 8. 9. I've got under 50. And to me, that's fairly small for a manga TBR because it takes me an average, like this sized volume, takes me anywhere from a half an hour to an hour to read. So to me, if I really wanted to, I could bust out everything I physically own in a week. And so to me, that's considered small. I much more than that, I would consider moderate, and then anything over 100, I would consider a big manga TBR. I think that's how I at least kind of look at it and break it up that way. Let's see. I saw it looked fabulous. Interesting. That's good. I try to keep 30 to 40 volumes in my TBR, but sometimes I go a bit overboard in sales. Yes, most people do. Visit still during their buy 2, get the 3rd free. So check it out online, see if you can still snag the volumes that you want that way. And you're welcome, anime manga lover. Yeah, I agree. I mostly have 20 to 30. You have 112 subs right now. That's great, Captain. I'm excited for you. I'm glad to see your channel growing. My channel's been growing too, and I'm just grateful that all y'all want to come hang out with me. That's how I feel about it. I'm just grateful. All right. So, if I were to reread a series that's already on my shelf that's complete, what would you guys want to see me reread? I'm really interested. Oh, thank you, Captain. I really appreciate that. I feel like I put a lot of hard work into my channel, so I'm glad people are finding me. I don't really do a lot to self-promote these days. I'll occasionally, like when I'm close to a landmark, just put it on Twitter. It's just like, hey, I'm really close. If you haven't checked out my channel, go ahead. But I don't really like plug it everywhere. And of course, I just put on Twitter when I upload a video. I think that's pretty common for all of us that are creators. So, yeah, I would say my love story, but you only have one volume. I'm sorry, sir. I do have two. I need to finish buying that one. That's high on my list to like finish purchasing. But I have watched the entire anime and absolutely adore it. I think the biggest manga tuber right now has to be CJ versus manga. She's got like 10K. She's doing very well. Yes. Yeah, Shae, you deserve it. Oh, you all are so sweet. Thank you. I think part of the reason why I don't grow as fast as some of like the newer people up and coming is because I read very differently than a lot of the core community. I don't read a lot of like the violent seinen, and I really don't read a lot of shonen because I tend to watch shonen. So I feel like I grow at a different rate than a lot of other creators because I read so differently. But I also get DMs from people saying, "Oh my gosh, you're my favorite because you talk about shoujo and josei because there aren't as many of us." So I just feel blessed that people care about what I'm doing and they appreciate what I do. That's all I can that's all I can say. I'm just grateful. I've had my channel for a long time, so it's really fun. Fruits Basket, but wait, you did that last year, right? Okay, so yes, I did reread Fruits Basket last year. I have a whole reaction vlog to it on the channel. So just search Fruits Basket on my channel and you'll find it. Maybe Princess Jellyfish. I've been thinking of doing a reread of that one. My reread for this month, like my assigned one for myself, is going to be Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. So that one's going to be there. I don't remember what you have that's complete. Let's go through some of it. So I have Dengeki Daisy, After the Rain, The Water Dragon's Bride, Honey So Sweet, Everyone's Getting Married, Paradise Kiss, Sweetness and Lightning, Princess Jellyfish, Tokyo Terroraba Girls, Wake Up Sleeping Beauty, which I'm doing this month, Dawn of the Arcana, Full Metal Alchemist, Dream and Sun, Kitchen Princess, let's see, Forget Me Not, Absolute Boyfriend, Beast of Abigail E, Behind the Scenes, Classmates, After Hours, Astrolust in Space, Demon Love Spell, Fairy Cube, The Golden Sheep, Mugen Spiral, Mythical Beast Investigator, Millennium Snow, Our Dreams at Dusk, Orange, Phantom Dream. I'm just like reading them all out. That Wolf Boy Is Mine, Death Note, Frau Faust, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Twinkle Stars. I think that's it that I have that's complete on my shelf. Oh, and Oron High School Host Club and Blackbird. Let's see. Princess Jellyfish is good to reread. Sweetness and Lightning, yes. I know what shonen, shoujo, and seinen is, but don't really know what josei is, however you spell it. Definition, please. Josei is basically geared towards adult women, so a lot of the core manga demographic on MangaTube doesn't really read it because most of MangaTube is male, and so a lot of them just don't enjoy the stories because they do tend to have a little more romance, and they're not always happy endings. The ending is so good. Yes, I agree. FMA or Princess Jellyfish. What are your thoughts on Fairy Cube? Fairy Cube is interesting. I've been tempted to revisit it because I'm not sure it's going to stay in my collection. So there may be some tea involved there. You should read Death Note. I haven't read it since I read it initially. I watched the anime and then I read it. And yeah. Maybe that wolf boy is mine since it's small. Maybe that one. Shoujo is what I meant. Sorry. Oh, I totally understand, Captain. Shoujo's geared towards I have a whole demographics breakdown video with examples. But shoujo is technically the core audience is supposed to be young women from ages like 12 to like 17, 18. But I'm a 34-year-old woman and I still enjoy it. So I don't think demographics really matter. As long as the story is good, that's all that matters. Actually found you when Manga Hoarder announced your Manga Love Readathon. Ever since, I try to keep up with everything you post and see every live stream. Oh, thank you, Foxy. Yeah, I just kind of did those on a whim. I did a 24-hour Tezuka manga readathon with Laura, and that's when her and I got close and when MangaTube kind of found me, I guess. I'd been talking about manga on my channel a little while before that, but Laura was following me for my book content for a long time. And so that's kind of how we met. And then I decided to do the Manga Love Readathons on my own. It just came to my head, so I just did it, and she promoted it, and it's been great. Yeah, I know what shoujo is. I was just correcting my spelling. Oh, of course. Thanks, Captain. Let's see, I really love slice of life. I enjoy slice of life as well. I always am looking for slice of life recommendations. Like, I'm really excited for BL Metamorphosis is coming out later this month. I did verify it is still coming out in print. That one is about an old woman and a young woman who works at a bookstore sharing their love of BL manga together and just kind of being fangirls together. It just looks super cute. I really want to read that one because I think it's going to be a really good time. I just think it's going to be really sweet and really fun. And that's what I look for in slice of life. Restaurant to Another World is another slice of life. I really enjoyed watching that one. I have been tempted to pick up the manga since I read it just to see if it goes any further because I felt like there was a lot more to tell. Like they were just barely starting to get into the world when the anime ended. So I was like, oh, I want more. So yeah. Let's see. Sweat and Soap Volume 2 is still coming out physically this month as well as Perfect World is finally getting its physical published. They are still going to release that first volume, which I'm so excited it's finally coming out physically. More people need to read it. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is pretty cool, supernatural slice of life. I've heard a lot about that one. So I think it's one that I could enjoy, but I'm a little hesitant right now. So I'm going to have to find a way to take the leap on that one. Death Note is a masterpiece. The creator went 1,000% big brain to make all the crazy mind games. I'm super pumped for the light novel. First thing I'm going to read when I get it. Yeah, let me know how the light novel is based. I might actually do that better than the manga. So let me know how you think about the light novel. Is Silver Spoon worth a try? Yes, absolutely, 1,000%. I really enjoy Silver Spoon. It's one of my favorite series that I do keep current on. I only have one volume that I need to read on my physical TBR right now. I haven't watched the anime yet. I do intend to watch it soon. I do have that set up in my watch list. But I love reading it. I think it's amazing. It teaches you a lot about how the agricultural world works. So if you are sensitive to that kind of stuff, like maybe don't. But I really find it educational and enjoyable at the same time. How do you manage to enjoy ongoing series when it takes months for volumes to come out, when you can just wait for the sales to finish and then binge it? I'm impatient. I can't wait. So I love to get that fresh volume and just go. Like that's just how I am. I've always been that way. What's your thoughts on Witch Hat Atelier? I love Witch Hat. It's actually just right behind Rose of Versailles here. I just keep it back there just because this is the only place I can really keep this one and have it like on display prettily. But yes, I love it. Volume 5 was my favorite thus far, so I am really excited for the future of that series. It definitely takes inspiration from the Monogatari series. Which one based? Sorry, I lost track of where you were. Oh, Bunny Girl Senpai, which is amazing. One of my faves. I agree. A lot of what do banter between the characters. Probably a little YA though. I'm okay with a little YA. It doesn't really bother me too much. I do read young adult fiction as well, so that doesn't really bother me. I mean, you see how much shoujo's behind me. I'm okay with it. Yes. What are we saying yes to, Foxy? Witch Hat Atelier? But yes, Witch Hat, very, very good. Haven't read volume 5 yet. Yes, go read it. It's really, really good if you can get your hands on it. Because, man, that particular volume was quite the trip for me. I really enjoyed it. I have to go to sleep. It's nice to catch a live stream. Good night, Elias. Sleep well. How do you feel about Quiffrey? I love him and him mentoring the girls. I actually have kind of mixed feelings about him. I feel like he's only doing this to like prove a point or to like redeem himself for a mistake he previously made. There's a lot more to his character that I really want to get to know. And we see a little bit of that in volume 5. So yes, get volume 5. I think you'll understand a little bit better. Yes, I was talking about Witch Hat Atelier. Okay, perfect. But yes, as in general, as a character, I do like him, but I do think he's a little more Severus Snape than I'd like him to be when all is going to be said and done. That's just how I feel about it. Like, that's my gut instinct. I have feelings about it, so it'll be interesting. Yes. I could go on and on, but I would have to get into spoilers to go on, so I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Please name the terms Josei and whatever. I am new to manga. Okay, so I actually have a video breaking down everything. It's I put it up within the last month. It's called Manga 101 Demographics, and that kind of explains a lot of the terminology that we typically use when we're talking about manga. So I'm going to definitely refer you to that rather than getting into it here because I do go pretty in depth there and I give examples as well. I feel like he's a vigilante type. He does things on his own and he doesn't report to the knights. I definitely know that that's part of him, but there's more to it for sure with him on that. So yes. Let's see. Oh, you're so welcome. I actually get asked those kinds of questions all the time, so I thought I should just do a dedicated video where I can be when anytime anybody asks, I can be like, check out this video. Because that video is almost 20 minutes long. I really go in depth and talk a lot. I can talk a lot when people want me to. Now I'm hyped for the volume. Yes, anime manga lover. Like I said, volume 5 was my favorite in the series thus far. Each volume has gotten better and better, and I still really enjoyed the first one. So eventually it'll get to a point where things start to taper off with it, obviously, but I didn't mean to. I keep hitting stuff. Sorry. I talk with my hands a lot, if you guys haven't noticed. So when I'm live streaming, I end up hitting like the little table I've got my laptop on and my laptop and yeah. Have I read Children of the Whales? I have not, but I also know that one has some graphic violence to it, so I've been very hesitant because of that. My threshold on what I can handle is very low, so I have been very afraid to try it. So I've heard nothing but amazing things from my friends who have read it. So Children of the Whales is interesting. It's very whimsical, but quite slow. And see, I don't mind a slow moving story. I mean, some of the fantasy series I read are like 14 books long. So, Geeky Dreams, I asked the same children yesterday to Shae. Yes, Captain likes to ask me if I've read lots of different things. And a lot of the times the answer is no because of the graphic violence. That's why I don't read a lot of seinen. A lot of the seinen slice of life I would love to try and get into more, but do I have a favorite sports manga? The only sports manga I've truly read, well, technically there's 2. I've read Waiting for Spring, which is half sports, half shoujo romance. And then I've read the first 6 volumes of Haikyuu, and I enjoy them both. I haven't read a ton of sports. It's not something I gravitate towards typically. Like, I'm not a big sports watcher or sports lover in life. I mean, I understand it. I was the only girl in my house, so I obviously, to talk with my brothers, I had to at least understand sports enough to have a passing interest in it. But outside of that, I haven't really explored sports because I haven't really found one I really loved. And Haikyuu is a great choice. I think Haikyuu is great because it's more character centered than sports centered. And I think that's what I love about it. I love these streams. I'm the same when I get to talking. Especially right now, I hardly have anyone to talk about anime and manga, so it's fun to get to talk to you guys. Of course, I completely agree. The culture choice is Kengan Ashura. What is that based? Please explain. Please translate. IQ is great. I agree. Honestly, I've tried getting into Vinland Saga, but it just didn't sit well with me. Only watched the first few episodes. But I'm not sure why it just didn't grab me at all. Do I'd recommend a Slam Dunk and Ice Shield 21. Everybody says if I'm going to do sports more than Haikyuu, those are the top two I'm recommended for sure. Haikyuu is amazing. I read Kuroko's, but I have to suspend reality a lot with it. But you have to suspend reality a lot with it. Good to know. A lot of people say they love Kuroko's Basket better than Slam Dunk, so it's really interesting. I'm just intrigued. The thing with sports manga as well is they're all really long. Like I've been debating whether I want to just switch to collecting digitally for Haikyuu or to continue to collect physically because I don't have a lot of room. I'm kind of reaching capacity on my physical one because I still have my book collection as well. So let's see. Have you read Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind? I've seen the animated movie years and years ago. Can't wait to get a copy of the film and manga collection. I'm currently reading that. It don't matter. I can't really say your whole name. Sorry. We're just gonna call you Don't Matter today on stream, just because I can't figure it out in my brain. So that's how that's gonna work. I'm currently reading it because Laura over at the Manga Hoarder is doing a read along. I'm enjoying it thus far. I love the movie, so I'm really excited to enjoy the manga as well. I loved Night of the Ice. Night of the Ice is really good. It's hanging out right there. Really, really good. Really loved it. I'm really excited for that series and where it's going to go. A brutal mixed martial arts series that unfortunately won't get an English physical release due to it being 27 volumes. Well, that's not too bad, especially for a sports-based one. It has an anime on Netflix, but it was CGI, so it didn't get a lot of recognition. I'll have to look into that, Base. Thanks for the rec. I wanted to play volleyball after Haikyuu season 1. You are not alone. I've heard that's a very popular story. Haikyuu would be one you should switch to digital since it's long. Yeah, it's crazy long. So I think that's one that I will switch over to digital and probably do a giveaway for my physical ones. A lot of people prefer physical over digital. I use them interchangeably. I read in both platforms, so that's one that I might have an unpopular opinion on. I love my physical collection, but I also love what I have digitally as well. I'd rather take getting a legal license at all and only getting it digitally over not having it at all and having to read scans. So that's my personal thoughts. I did find another figure skating manga-thon. Ooh, Foxy, which one? Because I love figure skating. That was one of like my favorite things about Night of the Ice is the figure skating elements. So yeah, I wouldn't watch it since I kind of understand your violence threshold. Okay, Based. Thank you. I might try an episode and see how I do. If it's bad after that, because that's a different kind of violence to me than the other kinds of violence. Because if it's mixed martial arts, I expect it to get pretty violent and kind of bloody. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm open. I would be willing to try it, and then if it's too much, I won't be afraid to stop. I'll be 1 minute. Be back soon. Of course. Pog. What? Explain. Because when I think of Pogs, I think of my childhood and like the little toy Pogs when I see that. So, any more questions for us? I don't know. Do you guys have questions for me? I can't think of one right off. Pog is gamer lingo for hype. Okay. I'm a baby gamer. I'm not really like a legit gamer. I play things very limitedly. So a lot of gamer lingo I'm still learning and not understanding. So forgive my ignorance, please. The figure skating manga is called Sugar Princess Skating to Win. Okay, I'm gonna have to find this because yes, all the figure skating manga, give it to me. Netflix has the original Saint Seiya, 4 seasons, and it's amazing if you're looking for something to watch. Thanks, Katarina. I'll put that on my list. Is there any series not licensed in English that you'd like to see get a release? I don't read scans, so I don't know. I don't know about anything that's not legally licensed in the US. So I don't have an answer for you. I haven't read it yet, though. Welcome to the ballroom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have the first volume right here, but I need to get more. I've got more on my Amazon wish list. So I'm hoping it's there. I want it to happen. And I think there's a new volume coming out relatively soon, unless one just came out. I don't know. I don't think so, but there's going to be more. Welcome to the ballroom. Yes, I like ballroom dancing manga for sure. Because I own the first volume of Welcome to the Ballroom, and then I have Let's Dance a Waltz down here, which is the shoujo 3-volume manga about ballroom dancing. Hi, AJ. How are you? But yes, she revealed the volume 10 cover, and it was so sick. Okay, like tag me in it. I want to see. I love seeing the covers for Welcome to the Ballroom. I mean, the first one isn't super great, but all the other ones look really, really good to me. I ballroom danced as a teenager, for those of you who don't know. So I'm very much attached to that. And one of my clients is a professional ballroom dancer as well. So I love that ballroom world really a lot. It's a big, long, involved story that I don't feel like telling today. So essentially, like, I didn't make my high school ballroom team. And so I got involved in something else. And for kicks and giggles, my senior year, with my friends, I took a social dance class, which is basically baby ballroom class. And one of my friends had already taken it. So we would just sit there and goof off doing the other things. And the ballroom teacher actually recruited both of us for the team. He joined, I didn't because it was the same time as my choir class, but it was fun to be headhunted after not being accepted by a previous coach. So that was fun. What shoujo would you recommend for guys? So far, I've read High School Debut, Red River, My Love Story, and Skip Beat. I tweeted it at you. Okay, thanks, Based. I'll check it after the stream. So when it comes to shoujo for shonen readers, is how I'm going to phrase this. I have a video on my channel where I mention a bunch. I called it shoujo recs for male readers. I wish I would have called it for shonen readers instead all this time later, but yes, I do have a whole video dedicated to that, Lord Griffith. So go ahead and look that one up. It's worth the time. I give a lot of recs in that one. Let's see. The World of Next. Yes, that is the world of ballroom dance. Has anyone read Act Age? What are your thoughts? It seems kind of intriguing. The main protagonist seems like she's got a dark past just from the first 6 chapters or so. I got an early ARC copy from NetGalley of Act Age, so I will be reading that one soon. As soon as I do, I will share my thoughts, but I'm intrigued by it for sure. The ballroom anime is out, but I hope for the manga release in Germany. I hope you get it too, AJ. What are your thoughts on the Miramax and Naga-san Volume 2? Okay, so I've read Volume 2 digitally. I own it physically, but haven't reread it yet. Yes, Act Age does have a physical release this year. That's why Viz had the digital arcs available. So I will be most likely picking it up as long as I enjoy what I read digitally. I work with Viz a little bit. They send me some early copies of things so I can be an early reviewer for them. And I'm really excited for Act Age for sure. But yes, Living Room Matsunaga-san as a whole in the series, I really enjoy. It is an age gap romance. So you definitely have to like be prepared for that. Not everybody loves age gaps. I do. Like several of my favorite series are age gaps. So Dengeki Daisy is an age gap. After the Rain deals with an age gap, but I think it's handled really well. And then let's see. What's another one of my favorite age gaps? Takane and Hana is an age gap. A Bride Story has an age gap. Living Room Matsunaga-san has an. I'm sorry. I know they're not for everybody. Hey, I'm back. Also, Shae, what do you use to stream? This is just through YouTube with my webcam today. If I'm streaming with other people, I use StreamYard. But when it's just me, I just go straight from YouTube with my webcam. Geeky Dreams, that's so epic. I'll give my thoughts on it. I'm excited to hear on base. Like, that's when you should get, like, you should be doing a review on soon because people are going to be interested on whether they should pick it up or not. I also have an early copy of Ping Pong and then Spy Times Family. I've got early volumes of all those. And Not Your Idol, which is a suspense shoujo that's coming out in May. That, man, it's good. Margaret! Hi, sweetheart. How are you? We're just here talking about manga, having a good time, because I just wanted to chat with people, because I didn't have a pre-recorded video ready to go today, but I really wanted to chat with you guys, so I opted to just live stream and chat, because I think it's a little more organic, a little more me. And yes. But seriously, is anybody else going to be picking this up, or am I going to be by myself? Like, you got to tell me if you're going to pick it up. I love chats. I love them too. Yeah, I'm interested if you're going to pick that one up as well, Based. Yes, already pre-ordered. Nice. If you like it, then I will. Okay, good to know. Hey, Shae, did you read Good Night Poon Poon, or is it something for you because it's contents, thoughts, topics? Good Night Poon Poon is one that I think I will read eventually. My mental state can't handle it right now with everything going on. So it's one that I would like to read down the road, but I know it's going to be a gut punch when I do. So there's that. How could I not pick up Spy Times Family? The amount of volumes it has sold warrants me to own it. If you say it's good, I will get it, Shae. Okay, I promise I will share my honest thoughts about Primitive Boyfriend soon. And I'm really hoping to love it. The art really looks cute. Ballroom dancing is graceful and cool. Any manga with ballet themes? I have not seen one with ballet themes, but I also haven't researched it out too much. If I ever come across one, I promise I'll tell you guys about it. Like, the art in this one looks good. Like, I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, it's good. So far, it's looking like it's going to be good. Let's see. I read Fire in His Fingertips, and whoa, I was not expecting that. Yes, Fire in His Fingertips is basically hentai or explicit smut for women. Like, that's what Fire in His Fingertips is meant to be. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't lie about that. But yes, it was good. I really liked it. I really liked it. I do talk about it more in another video, but I keep going to where, like, the little thing would be. I don't know why, but yes. I really enjoyed it. I saw the cover for Fire in His Fingertips. Oh my. Yes, it's very smutty. No lies about that. You had no idea it was smutty? I swear I told everybody it was smutty. Maybe I wasn't very clear about that. Oh, goodness. But yes, very explicitly smutty. Very delightful for me. But I am a smutty soul, so I've been very clear about that from the beginning. So I'm glad you liked it, Margaret. That makes me really happy that you liked it. Does it surprise people that I read smut? Do I not look like someone who would or something? Like, I don't know. When people find that out about me, oh, you weren't expecting that much smut. No, it's explicit. Like, yeah, very explicit. It's from the Seventh Seas Ghost Ship imprint. For those of you who know what that is, that's basically like their really extreme smut, like, imprint. And so when people don't expect that, they're a little bit thrown. Seven Seas was kind enough to send me an early copy as part of their PR team, so I got that early. I'm so shocked right now 3 of my favorite manga YouTubers in the same chat. Yes. Oh, there's some great people in the chat today. I feel very blessed to have so many people to chat with about manga. It's great. I love it. Everyone has their taste. It's fine to enjoy yourself. Yes, I thoroughly agree that everybody's taste is their own. And I like some of the weird stuff. I mean, I love Sweat and Soap, but that's definitely not going to be for everybody. After you gushing about Tessa Dare, you don't shock me. Yeah, Tessa Dare, it goes there. It's bodice ripper, smutty romance, historical stuff. It's good. Quickly opens new tab to check out Fire in his fingertips cover. Yeah, he's basically got her in a kind of a fireman's carry, and she's in like her PJs, and he's in his firefighter suit, looking all cute. Like, he's a good looking guy. Like, it's not like one of those really. It's not like some of the ones that are on like Faku where the guys just look old and really gross. Like, this guy looks good. He's a firefighter. So he's got the abs, he's got the good face, he's got the muscles. Yes, he's very nice to look at. No lie. He is so hot. No denying it. Physically, he is drawn very attractively for lots of reasons. Did you check Bloom into You manga or anime? I heard the anime is one of the better Yuri stuff. That is a Yuri that I have not tried yet. I haven't tried too much Yuri. I'm dipping my toes into Yuri. I don't read too much yaoi either. I kind of did like a binge of, I guess, a bunch of really crappy ones and got kind of a bad taste for it. So I'm working my way back into trying some of those. Might give it a try. It's worth it, anime manga lover. I really enjoyed it. Sweat and Soap is probably my favorite read this year so far. Honestly, I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. Thank you for recommending it. Oh, you're welcome. Like, I adore it. I think it's, even though it's really smutty, it's got this really like sweet and almost innocent undertone to it. So I really enjoy it. I'm so glad I'm not alone in loving it, honestly. And all of us who read it for Thirsty Thursday ended up really enjoying it as well. So it was just a good time. Just good times. Who is texting me? Sorry. It's one of my clients. Her boyfriend, I guess, is really frustrated with his hair. So she's like, I might have to help him cut his hair. And I'm like, oh no. The joys of being a hairstylist. Oh goodness. So, any other questions? Anything else you guys want to know? I guess, what are some new things that you guys are excited are coming out? Have you got some smutty josei manga coming out this year? I gotta think about that now. I don't have like my list of anticipated like right here close. I know there's a lot more like josei coming out this year. Some of it involves a lot of cheating, so I don't know how much I'm going to be reading that. That's just something I don't necessarily enjoy like reading about. But that's kind of a trend of what we're getting in josei manga in the US for a minute. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. How are you doing with this whole stay at home? How do you keep sane? Um, I'm not keeping that sane, if we're honest. I channeled a lot of my anxiety into knitting a blanket, which I just finished yesterday. It was on my Instagram stories. It might still be there. I'm not 100% sure if it's still there. If not, I, will probably put it on my Twitter. I don't know if I put it there. I don't think I have yet. But other than that, Steve's been really understanding and supportive. He's working from home. I'm doing a lot of reading. Have to give myself like tasks every day and things to do. Otherwise, I just go a little stir crazy and don't do anything but play Animal Crossing, and that's no good. Have you read The Promised Neverland? It's not that violent, but is slightly dark as demons eat children. I have not read it because of the children dying. Like, that's just something that I'm very sensitive to for a lot of reasons. It's kind of a long discussion, so I don't know if I want to necessarily go there on this stream. But yes, I saw it. It was so beautiful. Yeah, I'm struggling too. Yes, tasks help me too. Yes. All of those things, Margaret. I think reading is a blessing at the moment for sure. I agree with you. Yeah, there. Yeah. This challenge of completing a novel a day has really like helped focus me in a way that since I'm not working as much, it's really kind of giving me purpose. So it's good so far. So I'm doing okay. I could be doing better, but I'm doing okay. So I will take doing okay right now. So, but yes. So I will have a video for you guys tomorrow. Every 7 days, I'm going to be wrapping up kind of the novels that I've read and whatever else I've read in that period of time, just because I don't want to get too far behind and have to do 30 reviews at the end of the month. This might be a dumb question, but are manga available in ebook form? Yes, there are a lot of digital forms in which you can purchase manga. Comixology is a great platform to do that on. Bookwalker is another popular one. So, yeah, I understand that, Captain. We picked up a puppy recently. So he's been driving me crazy, but the good kind. Wow. A puppy. I have 2 cats, so I'm not doing dogs. I've been able to read 3 volumes of manga a day, so I'm almost caught up on my TBR. Yay, that's great, Foxy. I know Lindsay over at Lindsay Tut is working on getting her physical manga TBR down this month as well, because she's not working as much as she normally does. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this stream. We've been going for a little over an hour. So thank you all for coming by and chatting with me. Hello from Brazil to you as well. But yeah, again, thanks for coming by, guys. I loved chatting with you. Feel free to share the stream around. Anybody can watch it back. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow in my next video.